hello, it's Joe. Welcome everybody. Happy July. Can't believe I'm saying that. I'm just not gonna think about the passage of time for a moment. How's everybody doing? Matt, you will need to up your skill. Your drop didn't even show on the screen. Matt, that was savage. For Johnny Valentine's, welcome. How are you today? ASMR. It's too early, ASMR, please. No, it's too soon. Too soon for bad puns. I can't. For Danny, welcome. ASMR, welcome. Yelling at Clouds, the cargo guy. Super Wizard. Happy Tuesday. Thank you so much for 6 months of resubs. Thank you very, very much. I really appreciate it. And please let me know if there's something I can play for you. Oh, it's Canada Day? Happy Canada Day to my beloved Canada friends. I should say Canadian. Arthur's here? It's the legend. No, you're the legend, Arthur. Come on, let's be real here. For Sweet Jeff, welcome. For Black Viper, TMK, Will. 3 King Love, TMK. Alex Tesno, good to see you, Jared. I hope everyone's doing well. For myself, I'm doing okay. Sometimes it's okay to have an okay day. But I did get some things done that felt good. I recorded some of the harmonies for one of the YouTube recordings that I'm working on. And I'll probably release this one on Spotify too, which would be my first Spotify release for the content that I've been working on, which is exciting and also terrifying. I'm just trying to make sure I get all the core things done and then reach out for help for the mixing and mastering and such, who may very well be here currently. Other than your self-titled EP, man, I have such mixed feelings about that. There's an EP that I did release of all original music when I was graduating Berkeley. Yes, you. I never forgot about it. I just take forever to do things because I'm a perfectionist and it's horrible. Anyway, but I got that recording session slot because one of my friends who was working at the studio was like, hey, someone canceled and I suddenly have this weekend open. And I had recorded for other artists there playing violin and they were like, you should do your stuff. And while I am proud of what I accomplished, when I hear it, I'm like, oh, that was just your first try at something and you were such a little baby. Like you had no idea what you were doing. Like it just doesn't feel like me. I haven't taken it down. So like if you search Joe Cleary, you'll find it, but it just, I don't know. It feels like almost embarrassingly like novice to me, you know? I have no desire to hear anything I've released. Like, even though I'm a perfectionist, I feel like the rate that I go through, like my recording process nowadays, it's painful to get there, but when I get there, I do really like it. Like, I still listen back to The Chauffeur, and I love my cover of that. Like, there's things that I wish I could do better on it, for sure. And I do really love it. I don't know why this is happening. So I had no recent events happen and a hype train just started. I don't know if you guys see that too. I won't argue against the hype train. Of course, I appreciate a hype train, but I didn't see what triggered it. It's happening to everyone. It's so weird. It's bizarre. I don't know any Canadian songs. There was at one point when I did a collab with Fish in a Birdcage, who is from Canada, and was going through like a big American tour, going to various streamers' houses. I let him and his like kind of like co-producer stay here for a couple days, and we streamed, and it was so much fun. And he actually taught me some traditional Canadian fiddle tunes, which I didn't know there was an old fiddle, like own fiddle genre of Canadian music, but I honestly can't remember it. At some point, I want to reach out to Dusty and see if maybe I could go up there and do another collab stream and maybe try and record something together and film like a bunch of content. We haven't talked about that for a while, so I don't know if it's still on the table, but I definitely appreciate the time that we did get to spend together. He's so talented. For Fish in a Birdcage, shout out to him, Dusty. He's incredibly talented. Looping singer-songwriter, cellist. I feel like he's not on Twitch much anymore, but every once in a while I see him. Every once in a while. Oh, we have a link for, I recorded on one of his albums. So if you want to hear those links, that's there. That's amazing. Cathedora is on it. I'm not surprised. Cathedora is always on it. Come on. I know you weren't streaming today, Cathedora, but I still desperately searched. I was like, maybe they're on. I need them to be on. I have a higher gig that I am doing on Thursday, so I needed to make charts this morning. And I love transcribing, as you know. I don't like writing charts. I don't like writing out charts, which is usually just kind of the chord structure and where the beats fall. It's like a cheat sheet, essentially, for being able to play a song live. I really hate writing charts. I love the songs and I love the person I'm performing for. I hate writing charts. I don't like it. And I wanted a sweet distraction with a Cathedora stream, but I still have some left to do, so maybe tomorrow before I teach my lessons. Writing charts, exactly. Thank you, Will. Thank you. I was refreshing like every 20 minutes. I know you, like, I already talked to you about this, Cathedora, but me and Will are addicted to your streams. We can't function without them. I don't know if you knew that when, you started it, that the two people you mod for would aggressively be waiting for you to stream. But we can't function without them. We need you. It's so hard. So hard. I don't get it, but I appreciate it. Dude, come on. I get it. I see it. You are a natural. It's just the perfect comfy company. Let's see. I have this binder in front of me, which is like the general music binder. So I'm trying to find a piece I haven't played for a while for our opener today. I usually like to pick a piece that I like kind of know well to get warmed up, but I did practice violin for a while. Why don't we do like Home Arnie Village and then another Gold Dove? We'll have a nice Chrono Cross moment. Thanks for the follow for MFW Rick, by the way. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate you. Thank you. Oh, the views just went up again. Okay. I do want to say this, just in case. I really want to make sure that these views are real. I don't want a view count or a view bot or anything like that. There's been crazy surges in some streams. So if you're real people, I welcome you with open arms. I just wanted to put that out there. I just hope you're real. For over on YouTube, Mountain Man and Andy, welcome. How are you doing today? I'm very new with doing these live streams over on YouTube, and it's really warming my heart to see that people are actually starting to come in. For those over on YouTube, hi, my name's Joe. I play over video game music and I make loops playing lots of instruments, and I've been primarily focused on Twitch for 6 years, believe it or not, but I've recently been trying to do the multi-streaming thing, as I'd love to get to meet some more people and get to know the YouTube space better. So for those over there, I really appreciate it. I do sing, yes. I was gonna play a couple of violin songs first, and then I'll get into singing, but yeah. Are we real people? How do we find out? Pinch yourself. Unless you don't want to. That felt like a bullying moment. I don't want to bully you. I care about you. Mr. Didi, welcome. I love the braids. Thank you. I'm mainly doing this because my hair is horrendously dirty, but I don't want to wash it until I go to the gym after stream. So I'm trying to hide it. Good. I'm happy I caught your stream. Your music is beautiful from Mountain Man. Feelings. And now I have more feelings because Jove just resubbed. For Jove at a tier 3 in 55 months. Not only an amazing mom, but amazing person, which I can vouch for having the pleasure of gotten to hang out with you a few times for various times I've went on tours, and it means so much to me. You are a gem, and I'm very, very lucky to have your friendship and the help from you to help me pursue my dreams. So thank you so much. Please let me know if there's something I can play for you. Colin, I don't have a fart button, but I wish I did. The best I can do to greet you is maybe like a... I tried to have like the impact, but I don't think it was very good. I'll imagine it. Nope, I'm doing it. We're doing it live. Let's see. For Noxious on YouTube, welcome. Can you sing Runaway Aurora after you do the violin songs? I don't know that one. I actually only know Aurora... Let me see if I'm remembering this correctly. Didn't she sing a song on the One Piece Netflix series? Yeah, so I first got introduced to Aurora because of the My Sails Are Set song from the One Piece Netflix series, and I love that song. It is crucial on my treadmill playlist. It makes me feel empowered, like I can finish it. I think it's in the shame closet. Or maybe I shouldn't disclose that. I got to meet Chris and Astrovert. I was gonna ask Jove. I was watching the Loudly Inclusive showcase. Shout out for Loudly Inclusive, a wonderful group shining light on wonderful indie artists. And I thought I saw you in the audience, but I wasn't sure. But it was you. But you got to see Krissa and Astrovert. I'm very jealous. I haven't met either in person, but I hope to one day. It was a great show. I didn't get to see the whole thing, but I really enjoyed my time there. For Ginger Southpaw, welcome. You need a what? You need a... I don't know if I should read that. Am I missing context? What are we talking about? I'm confused. Andy, thank you for subbing. I'm sorry I don't know that song, but I'll sing another one. Are we gonna duel the Twitch channel? I want us all to just be a lovely extended family. Unless there's a safety rules regarded fun duel. That's what I would hope for. Double Blocka, welcome. I'm doing okay today. Yeah, like it's been fun. I was getting kind of frustrated into my head a little bit earlier, but like the day itself has honestly been fine. Sometimes those days just kind of happen, but when I sat down and really looked at what I've already accomplished today, I was like, okay, like you're fine. I recorded some vocals for the next YouTube video. And I wrote out a bunch of charts for a higher gig I have on Thursday. That being said, I typically stream on Thursday at 3 p.m., but I will be starting at 11 a.m. To make sure I have enough time to eat dinner and prepare to go to the gig on time and be rehearsed. I will do a reminder in the Discord. You subbed a while ago. Mountain Man, the YouTube chat is just grabbing my heart right now. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you. I wanted to start with some Chrono Cross music today, and I'm a sucker for home themes, so I wanted to do... Well, it already started. Home Arnie Village, and then I'm going to do another Gold Dove. Our priority requests are open. I'm going to look into it this weekend for my YouTube friends, figure out how to put the song list over there. We had someone yesterday ask... for the donation link. Essentially on my channel, I have a big song list, and if you help me remain a full-time musician by subbing, gifting a sub for Twitch-specific bits or donos, I'll play you something from the song list, and I want to open that opportunity for YouTube. I don't have the song list available over there, but I'm going to look into that to at least open the opportunity for everybody, but I at least for the bare minimum, put the dono link in there. So if anyone donates from YouTube, I can do the priority request. The song list is not over there, but it is on Twitch if you have an account and I guess want to see it. But anyway, I wanted to at least let it be known that I want to be more interactive with the YouTube crowd because I really appreciate, y'all being here. So thank you. So let's do Home Arnie Village. Whenever I do my standard violin practice, I take off this mic and usually stand over here. You can't see it, but there's a mirror over here. One of my teachers said how important it was to be able to look into a mirror while you're practicing so you can look and find the corrections that you need to be making for your own practice. And it is super, super helpful. So for other musicians, I highly recommend getting a mirror and practicing in front of it. It is very awkward and embarrassing and vulnerable at times, but when you kind of can get past that, that's when you really start making some good strides, For Scotty, welcome. How are you, Yoshi? I will leave you in close time, but don't worry. I invited my Canadian friends to this place. Have a good day, Joe. Thank you so much for Sweet Jeff. Juno, welcome. How are you today? Dan? We got Dan and Danny. That's when you know it's going to be a great day. I hope everyone's doing well. Fast, what's up? 11 a.m., is that a thing? That's a fair point, is I have not met my goal for starting at 11 a.m. Let's just say very often, but I'm trying, guys. I'm sorry. I'm working on it. This girl is a work in progress. I've like essentially been trying to pursue this whole new strategy of like a schedule for myself, and I'm still getting used to it, but trying to wake up earlier, trying to go to the gym every day, actively plan actually healthy meals because I've been living off of frozen meals for the past like 7 years. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I felt like my mood was going down, and so these are just steps I'm trying to take to just be a happier person, but adapting to the new schedule, you know, is just taking some extra work. And alongside doing the Twitch streams 4 days a week, I'm trying my best to record every single day. I'm working at the same time for 7 different recordings. So if I feel discouraged on one, I can open up another one and do a solo on a mandolin there, or the violin solo or the vocals. The strategy so far has been going fairly well, but I'm constantly just trying to tweak it to make sure I figure out how to do this in the healthiest way possible. I'm super driven, so like I want to work on music all day, every day, but for obvious reasons, that's not the best case scenario for longevity. So I'm just kind of trying to figure out how to squish these things all together. But I promise there's a lot of things behind the scenes I'm working on. Also, especially for the YouTube friends, in case you didn't know, I don't know if I have this linked, which is shameful if it's not. I have my main channel on YouTube, which has like my polished, edited music videos. And that one is Joe Cleary. Just Joe Cleary. So if you're curious to see my edited, produced works, that's over on there. I'll work on a command for that and all that stuff this weekend. For Thunderhead, welcome. How are you? Also, I'm having a lot of people bring up that it's Canada Day. If you're Canadian, would you mind putting a 1 in chat? It's fun for me to kind of see where all the viewers are from. Especially on Twitch, there is like a powerhouse of female musicians in Canada. Oh my gosh, already so many Canadian friends. You guys, I adore you, my Canadian friends. I like the A. Thank you so much for watching this channel, and I have not yet had the pleasure of getting to visit Canada, but me and a fellow music streamer, Alana Maddie, are actually talking about scheduling a visit where I can go up and stream with her. But there's so many amazing Canadian female looping musicians that I just feel like are like my unofficial sisters. Like they're just all so wonderful. See, I didn't even know that Jordan was one, but that's another. Like, of course, there's Andy the Frenchie, there's Kendra, there's Alana, there is, Danielle's also Canadian, I believe, right? So, who knows? Maybe I can do a big, yeah, Melissa Lamb, exactly. I feel like there's an opportunity for maybe me to do a Canadian tour and visit all my Lupin sisters. That's a beautiful song called Another Gold Dove from Chrono Cross. I hope you enjoy. There it is. I was like, where is it? I'm realizing out of context, me saying that wasn't me, and maybe this is because I am incredibly childish. I feel like I've only heard someone say it wasn't me if like they farted or something. But no, it was because YouTube, hear me out, as you can't see this chat. Mr. Bomback said, were you perhaps in the Netherlands until recently? And I said, it wasn't me. And without that context, saying it out loud, I was like, oh no, everyone thinks I tooted. So if you are wondering what goes on in my head while I'm playing music, that's what was happening for the last 45 seconds of that piece. I was like, oh my God, everyone thinks I did that. How could I have made such a novice mistake? Fast, no, you're only encouraging it. Stop. No, but it wasn't me that was in the Netherlands. Okay, very good. Yes, nailed it. Cool. I always mix up these two pieces. I think it's this one I want to do. Don't lie, you farted. No, I didn't. Stop, Mountain Man. Oh, if I knew how to ban or time out on YouTube, you would be in a lot of trouble. I shouldn't say that out loud. YouTube chat, don't tell anyone else that comes in. I just shut up. Okay. We gotta move forward. I gotta walk away from this. Much like I'd walk away from the stream's already ruined. It's off the rails. Oh God. This is Gormati Forest from Xenoblade Chronicles. Kitty and Seven, welcome. No, this is actually from a JRPG called Xenoblade Chronicles. It's one of my favorite video game soundtracks to play over. But I do have some Ghibli songs that I haven't played for a bit, so maybe let's try Howl's Moving Castle's Merry-Go-Round of Life? It's the true test to see if I'm warmed up on the violin or not. Well, if it's Kitty's fave, then I have to do it, right? You want to know something very sweet and special? My mom actually, growing up, she was playing the violin with my Nana. She played in a community orchestra with my Nana and my aunt. And I feel like once me and my brother and sister got into middle school and high school, she stopped playing. And she recently picked it up again and joined a small, like a kind of, it's not an ensemble, it's maybe like 8 players with like the cellos and violins and a pianist. And they played through Howl's Moving Castle's Merry-Go-Round of Life. And she was like, oh my God, you played the song on stream that I played. And I was like, wait, what are you talking about? So it just makes my heart so warm to think that the next time I visit home up to Massachusetts, maybe me and my mom could do a duet of Howl's Moving Castle. Should do Octopath Traveler gang. Do you mean like play Octopath Traveler music? Because you never need to push me to do that. I freaking love playing that soundtrack. It's so fun. I like these 2 comments back to back from Mountain Man. It said, don't lie, you farted. And then, you are super talented and have a delightful personality. Thank you, Mountain Man. As you can see, you're bringing me such joy as well. For Shashaba Sweep, thank you so much for the kind words and being here. How are you doing today? Me? Oh, not someone sweet and special. Yes, you are sweet and special, of course. So I would like to play, like I said, Merry-Go-Round of Life, and there's an absolutely fantastic pianist rendition that you can find over on YouTube. Their channel is called Paradise, except instead of a I, just put a number 1. So like Para D1 SE. And as you can hear, their playing is absolutely stunning, and I couldn't help but wanting to play along with it. So I'm going to give it my best go, and hopefully I'm warmed up enough to do it well. I'll do my best. I hope. Barack! sounds a little funny today. I'm gonna play without a track and help it settle. Can I remember whiskey before breakfast? I need to remind myself of how it goes. I always mix it up with a Celtic song. I totally forgot. Yes, I've been focused mainly on recording. For most of you guys already know this, but I have a cherished binder collection. Each one of them has its own purpose. This one's general video game music that I've learned. I listen to video game soundtracks and I write out what I hear. So this has a bunch of like Baldur's Gate, Expedition 33, Xenoblade Chronicles, Kingdom Hearts, The Witcher, a bunch of stuff like that. And then I have a Zelda binder. I have a Final Fantasy binder. Damn. I don't even mean to match the Sailor Moon gif whenever I do it. I just can't help myself. Thank you for the dono. And you made such a beautiful number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thank you so much. Oh, I see some excitement for The Witcher, so we can totally do, let's do toss a coin. I feel like after a dono, it's a good time to do toss a coin. So that's video game general. This one's Final Fantasy. I have 7 more binders down here of different genres, but I'm pleased to announce that I have started... Oh, I don't know what I do with the other one. This is the Bluegrass binder, and I think I have Whiskey Before Breakfast in here. Typically, you're supposed to learn all fiddle music by ear, but I usually learn it by ear, write it out in case I forget, look at it once, and then I have it again. So why don't we do Whiskey Before Breakfast real quick? And then I can do Toss a Coin. For Bubba, welcome. Thank you very much for the follow. I always grab the wrong bow. Girl. Also, yes, for Dan acknowledging, let me turn off the reverb, my apologies. We've had a crazy burst in numbers lately. It hasn't really correlated with some follows, so I hope you're all real. I don't know how real it is. I hope it is. But I don't know what's going on. But for those enjoying the stream, I really appreciate it. And if you enjoy, I hope you consider following. And coming back sometime. I stream for 4 days a week. For Namkla, thank you. So, oh, Otter, it's good to see you. How are you? Are you going to TwitchCon this year? I still don't know if I'm going to go. Please let me know if anyone's going to TwitchCon by... I keep doing this to you guys lately, I'm sorry, but it helps me. Could you please put a 1 in chat if you're going to TwitchCon and a 2 if not? I want to know if I go, if I'm going to have people to hang out with. Because I don't know if I'm going. Yeah, I don't know what's happening. So, Whiskey Before Breakfast, let's see. Oh, yeah. weak last note. There we go. Hey! Look at me remembering how to fiddle. That one's more of like a bluegrassy arrangement. Believe it or not, there's a lot of different types of fiddle. There's bluegrass, there's Appalachian, there's Canadian fiddle styles, there's Irish, and I spent most of my time with Irish fiddle tunes and most recently Appalachian. I've dabbled in all of them, Texas swing a little bit, but I have some work to do. But I do some Irish fiddle loops, so maybe I can do one of those today. It's been a while since I've done that. Oh, we have a poll to ask if you're real. And most people are saying results inconclusive. If you're a real viewer, can you please let us know in there? Because I want real ones. Let's see here. What was I going to do next? Toss a coin. That's right. I'm actually just starting the process to apply for Irish citizenship. My grandma was born in Ireland, so I got to apply. But I heard it takes forever. But it's still kind of fun to think about me having an Irish passport. All right, Witcher fans, this one's for you. For Nomkla, thanks for the follow. Alex and Butley, best friends. Maybe not best, but you're friends, right? 1 minute left in the poll. That's true for Alex. Well, the results of the poll were yes, I'm a real viewer, and the results are inconclusive. So I think that gave us the answer we need. Let's see here. I'm having a craving maybe to do... There's something on my mind. I think it was one of the Final Fantasy X pieces. How can it be real if our eyes aren't real? Oh, are we getting into that deep of a conversation? Yes, I can't follow. Like, I was talking to one of my friends about how, like, there's a big chance that we all don't see the same color, but we all identify it as, like, red, but it looks completely different to both of us. I can't wrap my brain around that. It's too much. Oh, God, it's a Jaden's... I'm not going to get into that. My initial reaction shows my feelings. I'm a positive channel. Oh, man. I think this is one I was thinking of. Yuna's decision. It's really pretty. Open your brown eye, Will. How about that? Wasn't done yet. They cut me off. They did the whole like cane drag you off stage shtick with me. Well, damn. That's okay. Is there anything else in the Final Fantasy binder we want to revisit? I've been teasing doing a loop of Vamo a la Flamenco for a few days now, and I want to make that a priority today because I want to get better at doing that song. Let's do my Final Fantasy 15 tunes. We'll do Noctis theme and then Vals di Fantastica. It's already been an hour. Oh my god. Time's flying when you're having fun. Oh, and I'm reminded by the Shamrocks that I did promise a Celtic loop too. I'll do the Temperance Reel. I think that's what it's called. Excuse me. I can do that one, Will. Calm Before the Storm's super pretty. I guess since the song hasn't started yet, I can do that now. For Calm Before the Storm, I really enjoy playing over TPR's rendition. It is so gorgeous. If y'all aren't familiar with TPR, definitely change that. He does beautiful piano arrangement albums, like full albums of a video game, and they are all stunning. He has Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts, Chrono Cross, Animal Crossing, you name it. I to remind myself of D flat. How dare you question my video game knowledge? Without the track. God, gosh darned E, D flat. Thank you, Danny. That's hard. Now, I could have just written my part an octave lower, but I want to get better at doing it, so I wanted to make it high and challenging. I also think it sounds cool. You know, like if I do it in tune and in well, which it's not quite at yet, but we're gonna keep trying. You bet your bottom dollar on that. Thank you for Danny and Unbreakable and Firefly for the follows. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you. I was going to do a couple more Final Fantasy songs and then try out a Celtic loop if any of you fancy that sort of a vibe. I hope everyone's doing well. We're going to do some Final Fantasy 15 before I do some Celtic fiddle. And I want to do Noctis's theme, and then we'll do Valse di Fantastica. Both of these are super, super cool. Super! Hey Fraggles, how are you? Another song in D flat, which is a key that's not famously known for being good for violin. I don't know what's making me attracted to it today. Well, not attracted to, I'm still terrified of it, but for Shwaba Shweep, thank you for the kind words. Also, Graz, welcome in. How are you doing today? Trevor, it's good to see you. How are you? This game was so good if you watched the TV series and the movie and played every DLC. I admit I haven't played Final Fantasy 15. I heard that it wasn't as much of like, you know, a set plot to work your way through as the other games. The main temptation is just to hang out with a bunch of cute anime men character riding motorcycles in the desert. Is that what they're doing? Like that's an attractive offer, but I do usually like a plot. Is that so wrong? Prompt 2? Let's do Valse di Fantastica. So for this one, as most of you guys know, I write out my sheet music based on what I'm hearing, and for a lot of the things that I've been learning lately, I'll purposely write out a harmony line. So I'm going to start by doing the second violin, which is a low harmony, and then do the main line of the piece. I found that by doing this, it's helping me like understand a lot more about arrangement and music and harmony. Especially, as you know, like I pick a piece first and foremost because I enjoy it. So then dissecting it to that degree, it helps me realize things about music that I enjoy. And then I can use that for my own writing. For Trevor, I see you over on YouTube too. How are you? Mr. Smith. How are you today? Uh-oh. Here comes trouble. The neediest boy in all of Nashville. It's Kimchi. You want to say hi? This is my cat Kimchi. I don't know what's gotten into him, but he's been so needy lately. I know, baby. It doesn't really show up that well on camera, but he is a Burmese cat, and like how a Siamese cat typically has, you know, like a lighter cream colored body and then like the brown patches. He is a dark brown with black patches for his paws and his face. It doesn't look like he wants to show it off though. It's okay, baby. I just want people to see your beautiful color. I like don't have enough light in this room to show it. I promise he is though. Oh, you're so cute. I think he just got up from a nap, which means you're about to go crazy. I do have one cute, well, I have a couple cute pictures in here. Oh, I forgot this one. He does this thing and it drives me crazy. Well, he won't sit, he just perches on my thigh, like if I sit on the side while I'm watching TV, and he won't lay down, and he just puts all of his pressure in the paws, and it really hurts. But I was like, okay, I'm being a baby about this. But then I asked him to move, and his paw prints were like permanently embedded in my leg. Why do you push down on my leggies so hard? Why does he do this? The things we do for our pets. I know everyone keeps telling me to get it tattooed. I don't really think I'm gonna get a tattoo. Don't get me wrong, I have nothing against them. Like, most of the people I've dated have been covered in tattoos. But I feel like I'm too indecisive. I don't know. That's also me and Kimchi dressed up for Halloween as the brothers from Over the Garden Wall. As you can see, he loved it and was very happy to participate in that costume that I made just for you, with a hot glue gun and chain and buttons and felt. But you didn't like it very much. You did not like it very much. For Arnaud, welcome. How are you today? I do still have the costume. I'm never going to use this again, but It's historical. You smell like poo-poo. Okay, no, you're good. Pet owners, you know you have to do that sometimes. Stop judging me. I'd rather know than not know and find out in some other horrific way. I'm the same. I want tats, but I can't decide, so I never get any. Yeah, like, not only the design, but, like, the placement. And my mom also said that if I got one, she'd rip it off, and I still believe her, even though I'm a full-grown woman. For Jack, welcome. How are you today? Weekend was really good, Trevor. Thank you for asking. It was super productive. I recorded a bunch of vocals for some YouTube content I'm working on, and I've been really staying on it with my health journey. I've been going to the gym every day, and I've been practicing a lot of violin. So super productive. I'm obviously still working on trying to find that sweet spot of working hard and not burning myself out. Like, it would be silly for me not to acknowledge that, of course, this is a dream job, right? And I enjoy so many aspects of it. So I just want to keep working. And I'm not very good at figuring out when I need to stop working and chill. But I'm forcing myself to write down how many hours I work a day. And that's been helpful for me to keep track and be like, okay, you need to stop and like eat something and just turn your brain off for a minute. But it's getting better. Like, I feel like I'm slowly but surely finding the balance I want to achieve all the goals and things that I want to accomplish. For Shumari, welcome. And yes, yay recording. I recorded some of the harmonized tracks today. Sounds pretty good. And I'm even doing what my vocal coach, Carissa, told me to do. Shout out for Carissa, we love her. Fellow Twitch streamer. And she's giving me voice lessons. But she really encouraged me to record without any effects. It's hard to not want to put a little bit of reverb on when you're recording to help give you some confidence and comfort. She's like, no, you like just do it without it, because then you can hear all your mistakes. And I'm like, ugh, you're right. But I followed her request, and it did help me, I feel like, get these vocals really clean and in tune, if you can do it without any effects or compressions or anything. So I'm feeling good about where it's going. I still need to do a post-chorus, and then it's done, I think. Well, and then I gotta layer the crap out of some strings on it. Nah, just auto-tune. Nerd. With AI going the way it is, I want to make sincere things. Like, I won't lie, I've used like a little bit of it here and there, especially on the banjo recordings. I cannot keep this freaking banjo in tune, and after recording for an hour with it, I was like, screw it. I don't even care. Fix it. Just make it in tune. So my banjo won't sound as good as the recordings, but you know what? It's fine. There's a lot of jokes about keeping banjos in tune, but I can't remember any. Maybe on my break I can look one up. Wow, Papa Booty. Thank you for the follow. I just wanted to say your name. That's funny. And Emre, thanks for the follow as well. FF Stars, thank you so much for a year of resubs. I really appreciate it. And please let me know if I can play something for you from the song list to say thank you. We had some wonderful friends that were asking for some Celtic music. So I thought I'd do my first loop of the day as a Celtic, a reel we're going to do. Where I'm going to do like a harmonized fiddle thing. I didn't need to add thing at the end of that. That was unnecessary. Also for SMD over on YouTube, welcome. How are you today? Why are we banning? No. Okay, that's my sign to go on break. Usually at the top of each hour, I take a few minutes just to check in with myself, make sure I'm feeling strong and ready to keep going. So I am going to take 3 minutes. We've been going almost an hour and a half now, to just make sure I'm feeling strong and ready to keep going. I really appreciate the wonderful support from you guys. Thank you so much. Because of your help, I've been able to pursue music full time, which is a dream come true. If you're new to the channel and enjoying it, I hope you consider giving a follow and coming back sometime. I stream 4 days a week. I'll pop my socials in chat before I head out. Yazili, thank you! Thank you so much. For, let's see, 27 months. That's a lot of baby. Well, that would be 3 babies. That took me way too long. That's really embarrassing. Doing math live is scary. Anyway, thanks for the resub. Please let me know if I could play something for you from the song list for Yazili. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Well, it's not like you do a lot of math as a musician. Oh, wait. I feel like it's mostly pattern recognition. That's the similarity that I relate to with math and music, but the counting I'm not as good at yet. Like with transposing on the spot, or no, transposing. I should take a break. I'll be back in a couple minutes. I love you guys. Sorry. Bye. Okay. Oh, Kimchi says bye too, so I'm gonna get him out of here. You smell wet, like you gave yourself a bath. Ew. Okay, bye. god, I just had such a silly, sad memory. That's not a good way to introduce us. Let's see. So I was making the joke of having your parents sign a permission slip for school, right? And I forgot to ask my parents once to sign one that was essentially like saying your kid is allowed to watch a movie in my political science class. And I was like, I don't want to miss the movie. And so, I'm sorry, Mom. I forged your signature because I wanted to watch the movie. And I was like, yay, now I get to watch it. But then the movie, like, totally messed me up. Because it's not funny. It was the JFK assassination. And I was like, awesome, I get to watch this. And I didn't know what it was. And then I watched it and I was very upset. There's no clean way to exit this conversation, so let's just move on. My mom got upset that I didn't forge a permission slip once. Can I ask what it was? I'm curious. Sounds like karma. Yeah, probably. Some field trip. Ooh, missing a field trip would be a real bummer. I promise I do a Celtic tune. Joe always was a troublemaker. Honestly, no. I was actually a really like good kid in high school. I didn't really do a lot. I got into like a little bit of mischief, but nothing crazy. Like I wasn't like sneaking out. Maybe once or twice. I should stop incriminating myself for my parents to find later. They know. They know. They know. I was a good kid. I got good grades. I did my homework. College Joe is a little more feisty. And current Joe, oh, mess. No, I cleaned it up. I'm doing okay. Let's see here. Ugh, I opened up the folder of the songs I need to learn for my gig on Thursday, and I'm behind. I need to do that. I'm gonna finish writing those charts out tonight, and I'm not gonna think about it right now. Spicier than a ghost pepper? Definitely not, no. I've lived a life, we'll say. Temperance Rio. Oh, I love that clip with my parents. The clip that Jove put there, my parents were visiting me and their flight kept getting delayed, like further and further and further. And they were like, Joe, you were supposed to stream today, right? And I was like, yeah. They're like, you should do it. Like, we're like probably gonna leave an hour into your stream. But I was such a baby the whole time because I knew they were downstairs and I didn't want to say goodbye. I didn't want to miss a goodbye, so I kept running down and like giving them hugs. And then I asked if they wanted to say hi on camera, and they did. So cute. See you for Mr. Smith. Gotta get ready for a stream. Really good to hear that you've been recording too. I'm doing my best. I've been recording a little bit more for everything every single day. Of course, I wish it was moving faster than it was, but ultimately it's a new skill for me, and it's only going to get better the more I keep trying it. So I'm trying to remind myself of that, even though it's not as easy sometimes, I guess. I've actually never had a ghost pepper, so I guess I can't confirm or deny whether I've been spicier than that. I'm kind of a baby with spice, so I doubt. Oh, you watched the clip with my mommy and my dad? I love mom and dad. I'm a big family girl. My family's my best friends. Mom and dad and my brother and sister. They're the best. So, I see a bug. What is it? It was a little fly. Anyway. So, my pedals. What would be the easiest way to do this? I'm still trying to figure out how to do my fiddle pieces in a way that makes sense. Is that the same bug? Ah! Destroyed. I just remembered. Also, for Kendikit, thanks very much for the follow. You guys, this morning when I took out the trash, I walked into a spider web and it was like the worst thing ever. The rest of the day I was convinced there was something on me. It was horrific. You spiders down south are like this friggin' big. In Massachusetts, I swear they were like that big max. And down here, they're like freaking huge. It's horrendous. Anyway, here's a Celtic tune. I already recorded the guitar to help it move along. Hello to Brazil. Very cool. Welcome. Let me get the balance on this a bit better. picking. Okay, I can do it.
Peter, hello.
Let's try. I'm trying to get better at my mandolin playing. Wish me luck. I'm gonna do my best. Okay. B section. No, don't do it. No. Kim. No, no, no. He's gonna do it. Thank you so much. Why do I have so much reverb? That's why. Nope, still there. That's why. We found it. Otter, thank you so much. You made such a beautiful number. This is 15432. That is very satisfying. Thank you so much. Also, the message of it touched my heart. It doesn't show in my Twitch notifications, so let me load up the stream elements so I can read exactly what you said. Let's see. But thank you so much. It was something about being proud of Irish lineage, I believe I saw. Let's see. One of my main driving forces to learning more Celtic music was because I really do feel like a certain love and connection to Ireland because my grandma's from there, and I got the absolute amazing opportunity to get to visit at this point, maybe like 10 years ago. But I got to meet a bunch of my extended family out there, and they were all so lovely and so nice. For bringing honor to our Irish ancestry with Celtic tunes. Yes, and I promise there's more to come. I haven't even tried playing these yet, but once a week, I typically bring my iPad to either like the pub nearby or a cafe, and I sit and I do transcriptions. And there are a ton of transcriptions that I need to finalize and print. Let's see. Irish to do. It's probably in this folder. There's a piece off to California that I haven't played before. Maybe I can try and sight read that. I've mentioned before on stream, if you remove the initials... That's the sound of my transcription program loading, Sibelius. That's so cool for I can say this. Fortuitous? Tragedian? I think I still messed that up. I apologize if I did. But yeah, it was so cool. Like, there was one day that me and my family toured the Guinness factory in Dublin, and we found out that our flight was canceled for like the foreseeable future because there was a huge storm going through Boston, and our hotel wouldn't let us book there another night. And so we each had a Guinness in our hands, and we're like, let's enjoy this drink and then figure out what the heck we're gonna do. And we had some wonderful family members that let us come over and made us coffee and do our laundry. And we just got to sit down and talk with them for hours, and it was so fun. It was a family with 2 kids, and it cracked me up because one of the girls, who was like a bit younger than me, was like, "Can I ask you something?" And I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Is it true that Girl Scouts actually sell cookies in America?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she like died laughing. I was like, "What? Yeah, that's what we do." She's like, "We learn how to like make fires and like build forts in the wilderness for survival." I'm like, "Oh, no. We sell cookies. It's the American way." I mean, I was never a Girl Scout, so I don't know what they actually do. To be fair, for the American Girl Scouts that might be here. We did that stuff too, but also sold cookies. Okay, best of both worlds situation. Love that. But yeah, I just had the best time over there. We got to meet at least 12, I would guess, of like my extended family. And they were so nice. A bunch of them spoke Gaelic too, which was so cool to hear. And I remember like meeting a bunch of them for one night in a pub, and there was music going on inside, and I was so excited. And I was watching it really intently, and then behind me, this burst of sound came out, and it was a freaking bagpipe. And it scared me so bad that I ended up dropping my beer and it smashed, and then everyone in the pub made fun of me. But it's still a good memory when you add it all up. For JC over on YouTube, hello from France, bonjour. How long have I been playing the violin? So I started playing the violin when I was like in 3rd grade, and then I quit for a long time, and I've picked it up again for the last like 12 years. Actually, oh my god, it's been like 14 years. Oh. I was a camp counselor as an older Girl Scout. I was also a camp counselor, not for Girl Scouts, but just like a general camp. But it was fun. I did it for 2 summers. I really liked it. The only thing that stressed me out was when we went on field trips with the kids for being a camp counselor. Because like, sometimes we'd go into Boston. I grew up in a town right outside of the city. And so for our field trip, we would take a bus sometimes to like the Boston Aquarium. And it was so sweet and I loved it so much. But a bunch of the little girls would be like, oh, like, Joe, can I hold your hand? I'm like, yeah. And then another one would be like, that's not fair. I want to hold your hand. And they'd be like, let's just make a chain. So there'd be me with like 5 kids on each side going through a heavily condensed city street. And they would refuse to not let go of their hands. And so I'd try to make like dances out of it where I'm like, okay, in front. Okay, now you're in front and you're in back. Just trying not to like piss off every city dweller in the whole world. But it was fun. I really loved doing that. It was very cute. I also got a bunch of good counselor points because I at one point was a camper and I knew the importance of being able to make a lanyard. Like some people call it GIMP, where you do like the box pattern in the circle. It's just like weaving a bunch of strings, but a lot of kids really love it. And I was like, should I know how to start that? Because that's the hardest part. And my counselor always did it for me. So before my first day at work, I kept watching YouTube videos trying to figure out how to do it. And I barely got it, but I figured out how to do it. And sure enough, on my first day, I was the only one that could do it. And there was like 20 kids wanting to make lanyards. And so I kept making everyone's, but I was really slow. And one of the girls went up to me and was like, you're not very good at this. And I was like, I know, but I learned it this morning because I knew some of you guys would want to do it. So I wanted to help you. And then they were all really sweet. They're like, oh, take your time. I was like, oh, cool. What would be a tip for those who want to learn how to play the violin? I think the most important thing with learning or starting the violin is learning how to play only the bow on the string without playing anything with your fingers or left hand. Because people think that the left hand's the hard part where you actually put your fingers down. That's not as hard as the bow. So it's not as exciting. But if you have the patience to only figure out how to do a really nice, clean, long, full bow on an open string, it's going to help you out dramatically. Especially if you do it in front of a mirror. Let's see. You're back with the sweet treat? What easy. Also, I remember... Okay, then I promise I'll play music after this. One of the students, or not students, kids, the campers that I was in charge of when I was a counselor, kept calling me a teasing name, but clearly did it because she liked me. She was always like right up my side. But I never knew why she called me it. She would call me Mrs. Cheese. And I was like, why are you calling me that? And she'd just like giggle and run away and come back. And I was like, why are you calling me that? I don't understand. Oh, and then one other one. There's a boy who's having a hard day as he was sick and he sneezed in his hands and it was so gross. It was like a freaking fountain just exploded in his hands, and then he reached out to hold my hand. And I held his hand, and it was the grossest thing ever. It was so gross. But he was sick and he didn't feel good, so he was like, oh, hold my hand. And I'm like, okay. And I walked him to the bathroom and then immediately ran into the ladies' room and washed my hands. I don't think I got sick after that. That was like when I was in college, so I feel like I was young enough where my immune system was strong enough to fight back. Has changed. Joe plays violin handle to Mrs. Cheese plays. I'm not Mrs. Cheese. Why did you call me that? I don't understand. But also, you were very cute. You were all very cute. You were all very, very wonderful kids. I love doing it. I do have more funny camp counselor stories if you want to hear, but I've been talking long enough where I feel like I should play some music. Since people seemed excited about Celtic music, if you'd humor me for a moment, I kind of want to try and sight read one of the tunes I learned when I was just at a coffee shop like a couple weeks ago, so I don't remember how it goes. It's a very popular Irish fiddle tune called Off to California, and I want to see if I can just sight read it, maybe. Oh. I bonked to the bass. Also, I think priority requests are open still, so if anyone wants to hear something, please let me know. But let's see if I can sight read this. Off to California. It's in G major. Let's see. Oh, this is cute. Now it should go down to a G there. Celtic tunes just spell out the chords like the whole time. I kind of want to try and do this as a live loop for fun. It's probably going to be super janky as I've never tried this before, but let's just go for it. I'm trying to be better with taking risks on stream and just trying things out. And enough of you have said that you enjoy Celtic music. There we go. Enough of you said that you enjoy Celtic music where I feel motivated to just try it. So let's do it from scratch. This is a hornpipe. There are a couple different like labels for different types of Celtic tunes. There's jigs, there's slip jigs, there's reels, and there's hornpipes. There's other types, but those are probably the main ones. And essentially a hornpipe is a piece that's still in 4/4, but it's supposed to be delivered a bit slower to give the actual piper or the flautist to be able to breathe in between taking the melody. Kimchi's also screaming in the hallway. Please know that he's very well taken care of. He's just very, very needy. The poor Bimby. So what I'm doing now is I downloaded a couple samples of bodhráns. Bodhráns are traditional Irish drums. They're basically like a big tambourine, and you have a mallet that has two ends to it, one here and one here, and you go back and forth like this, so it hits here and hits here. And it's a pretty cool sound that is very easily identifiable with like the Celtic genre. So this one is 4/4 and a horn pipe. So let's see how this sounds. I can change the tempo. Also, Chris, I didn't say hi yet, but it's lovely to see you. How are you? How are you feeling? That sounds pretty Irish. Should I try with the guitar or should I just do dual fiddle? Maybe do just like a fiddle duo thing would be kind of cool. I'm feeling like I can digest food, which is very, very nice. Wait, did you already have your surgery? I gotta push my foot pedals back. They tend to slide forward. Maybe I should do this a little slower, use some sight reading. I did it last Tuesday and I'm already healing up and it is glorious. Yay! I am so happy to hear that. I didn't want to, press for information. Yes, it's everyone's own personal thing to share. But I'm just so happy to hear that things have been going well after your surgery. I had the absolute pleasure of getting to meet Chris at VGM Con this year, which was so fun. And his amazing daughter, who's super rad. And I can't wait to go back next year. That was like the most fun I've had at a conference ever. All right, I'm gonna try and sight read this. It might sound like doo-doo, but I'm gonna try my best to make it not sound like doo-doo. So let's see. Sight reading. Also, why is it quiet? That's why it's quiet, is I muted my violin mic. All right, let me do... You like the doo-doo sounds? You nasty. Bowing's the hard part with Celtic stuff. There's a lot of groups of 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Permission to be Teacher Joe. One thing that I found to be so interesting about learning fiddle music is most of the time with classical, I feel like things are typically really evenly divided between like 2 and 4 beats. Not always, but there's a lot more symmetry involved. Whereas fiddle, like let's say just musically speaking, there's a group of 4, right? A lot of fiddle music will tie the first 3 notes together and have the last one be a little up bow. And what that does is it makes it sound more dancey. So I'm going to play the phrase once doing a more, I don't want to say classical, but let's say like a not fiddle playthrough of it. And you can hear the difference in the importance of the bowing. Fiddle is obviously really designed to make people want to dance. So having those upbeats makes it feel much more like bouncy and makes you want to move. So here's the less fiddle bow style. That would be, let's see. I'm still going fiddle bowing. Where it's all very even. Fiddle likes to tie 3 notes together like this. So instead of, it would be, instead of, fiddle does 3. So that's probably like the most distinctive thing that's across the board I found. They'll put it in different places for Celtic versus bluegrass versus Appalachian versus Texas swing, but there's so many 3-note slurs. It makes it have this, again, kind of uplifting feel that makes you want to get up and dance. So I'm trying to sight read this one for the first time. I've never played this before. I learned it by ear initially. But whenever I learn something by ear, I write a cheat sheet in case I forget it. So I have a cheat sheet over here. I don't know if this stuff's interesting for you guys. I'm kind of just trying some new things. But I want to see if I can do a dual fiddle style rendition of this traditional Celtic piece off to California. So I'm going to do my best. Wish me luck. Luck of the Irish. See if I can sight read it. But let's get it a little cleaner. So then the B section would be, I lost my bow run. I need my bow run. Here it comes. Okay, so that would be, let's see. That's not the right spot. I can sight read fiddle. It's okay. Now I can do the twin fiddle harmony, so that should be fun. It's not on the downbeat. Was I just ahead of the beat? Play this, let's see. D arpeggio or G arpeggio over D. Thanks for the follow, especially while I'm just kind of goofing around right now. It means a lot that everyone's not rabbling at me. I wanted to try something different. I wanted to see if I could sight read. Let's see. Issue is the bow ron is on its own tempo instead of matching the project, so I need to warp it like that, and I think that should fix it. Okay, the harmony for this, let's see. Sorry, guys. That's it. crashing the metronome. Whatever, I'm just gonna delete it and do it raw. Water. That's it. I did I'm not gonna lie, doing that live was very scary for me. But again, I want to put myself in those situations more, as I think it's helping me become a much better player. Let me see if I can figure out the chords. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, and I'll do this next part off stream. Typically with Irish pieces, you take two of them and partner them together. So you would play like AABB, AABB of this song, which is what we just did, and then do the same structure for an accompaniment piece. It's not always the same two songs that are kind of put together. So usually I listen to a bunch and just kind of pick my favorite. But I'll prioritize making this the next Irish loop for our song list, because I already got that far. The chords sound fine and the notes sound fine. I just gotta get more comfortable with it and figure out the bow ron situation. I like that title, The Bo-Ron Situation. Sorry for any Irish viewers. I know I'm probably saying that instrument's name wrong. I've been corrected before, but I feel like I can't remember. Sorry. I try. But thank you, everybody. Well, I was so focused on that. Was I disregarding any priority requests? No, it looks like we are up to date. Well, what do you guys want me to do next? I'll go based off the first thing I see in chat. For Lemmy, good evening from Germany. It's so hot here, I can't sleep. I've heard from a lot of my European friends that it is so hot lately. I hope you guys are staying cool and hydrated if you can. Let me know if you guys want me to do singing and looping, or if you'd rather me play violin over video game tracks. I don't know if there's a particular preference. I guess, yeah, it is a pretty unanimous worldwide thing that we're all feeling the heat for sure. Oh, I wanted to tell you guys, last stream, I was so excited because one of the cosplays on the Throne wishlist was fully funded for, and I'm so excited. It's kind of a niche character from a horror game I've played through many, many times called Haunting Grounds. I've played it through with my high school girlfriends, my college friends, and even Nashville friends. And one of the monsters we used to call Debbie. And when we greet each other, we'd go, Debbie! And so, as proof of this, I texted one of my best friends, Becca, my college roommate. And I was like, oh my god, my Twitch stream funded me to be able to do the Fiona cosplay. And she said this. Debbie! Debbie! Come on. Oh.
Debbie! That is so cool.
I'm so excited. I have a group of probably 20 people that I can yell Debbie at and they know what I'm talking about. And it's that cosplay. And I'm so excited. I know most people that come on the stream will not know the reference at all. But it's a pretty like deep cut like gem in the video game horror world. Debbie! Jove wants to hear downstream. You got it, dude. But before I do that, we've been going almost 2.5 hours now, so I'd like to take my second break real quick. I'm feeling a little self-conscious because I feel like my last hour back it was just me messing around with Irish music. I hope that's still like entertaining for you guys. I'm still fighting the instincts to try and just play as many songs as possible back to back because I feel like that's what music streamers are told to do. But it was really fun to just, I don't know, have fun and mess around and do something that might take a little bit longer. So the fact that people stuck around for it means a lot to me. If that's not your type of content, don't worry. I also will play like back-to-back video game themes for at least an hour. Every once in a while, I just like to take my time with something and mess around though. For anyone who's new to the stream and enjoying it, I hope you consider following and coming back sometime. I'm always adding new stuff to the song list. It looks like we'll have, I'll probably have this one ready off to California by Thursday's stream with, like some guitar accompaniment done, and I'll figure out the Bo-Ron to make it actually fit the right tempo. For Sinclairian, thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. I can't tell you how freeing and calming it is for me to see that people still enjoy the stream when I have pockets of time like that. So thank you very much. I really, really appreciate it. And it also means I can help add things to the song list faster if I figure it out live with you guys, you know? But anyway, just thank you. I'm going to take my second quick break. I usually just take like 3 minutes max. And then we will jump back in. Joe put in a request for Downstream from the game Braid, and I really love that song. It also complements our big kind of Celtic side quests that we've had here, so that's perfect. And Butley's here, who loves that song, so that's also an extra good reason to do it. Ashmantle, welcome. I feel like it's been a bit. I hope you've been well. It's good to see you. Thanks so much for dropping in. And welcome as well for Psychotic Syrup. That sounds naughty, but fun. I just enjoy existing here. Peter, that was like the sweetest thing you've ever said. You usually make funny, silly jokes, and that was really sweet and pure, and I liked it. Thank you. I wish I didn't thank you in that voice, though. I don't know what made that happen. Block on YouTube. Have a wonderful night's rest. You're the best. Oh, I'll be back in like 3 minutes. I should have said that before I did that. Okay, bye. I'm back. For Otter, I've found like a big chunk of video game soundtracks that have like a lovely European cafe vibe that I just love so much. Maybe I'll play some of the new ones that I've done transcriptions for. Of course, after Downstream for Jove. And then we'll go from there. I think I might close the request for tonight, y'all, because as I've mentioned earlier, I have a gig on Thursday, and I need to finish writing charts for those songs. With that being said, I typically stream on Thursday at 3 p.m. However, I will be starting at 11 a.m., hopefully, maybe a little later, because I need to make sure that I leave time to, warm up and have dinner and be prepared before I go to the gig. The gig's at a venue in Nashville called the 5 Spot, which is one of kind of the longer running venues in my area. And it's very much a second home for me. I've played that stage so many times. I know the bartenders, I know the sound guys, and it's just a wonderful home feeling whenever I go there. I feel like that with a couple of the venues here. Like the East Room is another venue I've played there probably almost 100 times. It is so fun. Well, Jove, I definitely have a motivation to plan some sort of show here, to maybe have another mod meetup and do better and have it be a wonderful experience for everybody. So it's something I definitely want to do at some point. 5 Spot is only 12 hours. That's possible. There's a music scene in Nashville. Shocking, right? It's why I moved here. I had no other plan. I just knew there was a lot of music. And I remember when I first visited Nashville, one of my friends, I was currently living in Boston. One of my friends in Boston was playing a show in Nashville. So visiting, of course, I wanted to go and support them. And it was at the diviest of dive bars I've ever been to. Cash only, smoking on the inside. The floorboards were so uneven that you would trip wherever you went somewhere. All the pool tables didn't have all the pool balls. Your sneakers stuck to the floors. It was so sticky. It was a dive bar. And it was so fun. It was so just crazy, wild, super, super fun. And after that night, I was like, man, I have to come here. This is so fun. I have to be here. And the silliest, I feel like I've been maybe too open tonight, but whatever, I'm going to run with it. After we finished the show, of course, I stayed to the end because I wanted to support the band, and everyone's talking afterwards, and drinks were had. The bar closes, and we all go outside after having our bellies full. And I didn't know that Nashville had this, but they have a actual replica, size and scale wise, of the Parthenon, the Greek classic architecture, on a hill, and nothing else is around it. It's just an exact replica of the Parthenon lit up. And all of us were so confused. Why is that there? And I remember one of the guys in the band just starts sprinting towards the Parthenon. And without any question, we all just started chasing after them. We were like, let's go to the Parthenon! And we all just sat outside of it in this very peaceful field and hung out for another, good hour. And then we got our lifts home, and it was just a very fun, happy memory where I got to meet so many random other musicians that I thought would be much more difficult to meet. But it seems like the general attitude in Nashville is, if you go to a venue and you're a serious musician, then you go there with the intent of talking to other musicians. And I already managed to get kind of a Rolodex in my phone of people to call. And I ended up moving a year later and called those same people, and they helped me find my way. And even if they didn't get me a gig, they would introduce me to someone that might be able to get me a gig from someone else. And it's just been a really wonderful community support that I found here from such a silly first day here. Where we were sprinting, we were in the movie, like, oh shoot, what's that movie? What am I thinking of? With Gerald Butler? Is it just Sparta? Is that what it's called? 300. That was the vibe. You just brought back so many memories for me. I'm not 90 minutes from Nashville, but once in college woke up drunk at the replica Parthenon. Wait, so for B. Millo, have you actually been inside the Parthenon? And then I promise I'll shut up and play music. I've been talking more today. Thank you for being supportive of this. But inside of the Parthenon for Nashville, they tried to do what they think was an accurate representation of the statue of Athena, which no one knows what it looks like. And it is horrendous. I'm sorry. It's kind of horrifying. I was really excited, so I went with me and my parents, and we bought our ticket, and we walk in the Parthenon. Isn't that the full one painted? Yes, for B. Millo. And it is where it's garish? Yes. Me and my parents walk in, and it's like probably 3 stories tall. It's massive. And it's a big empty room, and everyone was completely silent, like in respect, taking pictures. And me and my parents were in the back trying to stifle our laughter because it was so... I gotta show you. But we were dying laughing. We thought it was like the funniest thing ever. Athena, Nashville, Parthenon. And like, who's to say? Because no one knows exactly what it looks like. But it is... This is a good picture. I want this one. Okay, I'm getting ready to put in OBS. I'm never gonna get a sponsorship for tourism in Nashville because of this. Let's title this Athena, I guess. Like, apparently, like, as Tripp is saying, they did originally paint those classic statues that you see in Greece and Rome, and just, I think, sun bleach is what actually made them how they appear today. But this replication, I don't know. All right, brace yourselves. So this is just the head of it, but this statue is, again, at least like 3 stories tall, and everyone was marveling, like, oh, it's so beautiful, and taking pictures, and me and Mom and Dad were giggling so hard that we had to run outside because we felt so rude. But it looks... it doesn't look good. It's the Greek figure of Athena, who is not supposed to, but in the original Parthenon before it was destroyed, there's a massive statue of Athena that's been destroyed, and we don't know what it actually looks like. And Nashville tried to replicate it, and this is what they came up with. Jojo, you came in on such a weird time. I was talking about how living in Nashville, we have a replica of the Parthenon, and they tried to do the replica of the statue of Athena, and it looks like this, which doesn't look very good. Anyway, welcome, Raiders. My name's Joe. I promise I do music, and not just this. Would you like a song? I was asked to do Downstream from Braid, so we could do that. But for Jojo, please let me know, especially for you, if there's something I could play for you. The requests are closed for today, but I would love to play you something. You're an important member of our community. Anything from Kiki? Yeah, we can do the loop of what's that place called? A Town with an Ocean View. And I'll do Downstream. I think that might be the last 2 I do today. The last one's a loop though, so it will take a chunk of time. So there'll be that. Okay, conclude story time. Thank you very much for humoring me, everybody. Also, Jojo is a wonderful friend in our community. You can find him over on his channel doing either Minecraft or Sudoku or other things. And just a gem of a person. So sweet, so welcoming, so comforting if you're looking for a comfy corner of Twitch to settle down in. Thank you, Miranda. Art can be strange sometimes. For me, that statue was just kishy. I don't know what that word means. Kishi. Kimchi? Alright, let's do downstream. I lost the sheet music for this and never reprinted it because I was confident I had it memorized, but we'll find out live together if that's the case. Wish me luck. Man, that one is so good. I found myself like not choosing it myself more often is I think it's like 6 minutes or something. It's quite a long song, but it's such a jam. And we've had so much love and support for today for like the fiddle genre in general. Where I'm like, ooh, maybe I should do some more of this. Maybe I should have that be more of a cornerstone on the channel. Let's see. I've been working on this piece of code for the past, and I finally got it to work in the dumbest way possible, but whatever. You know, sometimes when you find that answer, it's not even rewarding by the end of it, is you're like, wow, really? That was the solution all along? But like you said, hey, we got there. So that's cool, right? So Jojo, our raider, wanted to hear a Kiki delivery service piece. And I only really have one prepared, but it's one that I absolutely love doing. So we're going to do A Town with an Ocean View. This is a loop that I put together where I'm going to play the guitar, the accordion, the violin, and everything else should already be set in stone there. And I think I'm going to make this my last song for tonight, y'all. I feel like I'm in a silly mood and I want to keep going, but I do have a gig on Thursday that I need to prep for. So I want to make sure I leave some hours in the night to finish the charts I have to make for that. Like I said prior, that means that on Thursday's stream, I'm going to be starting in the morning rather than the 3 p.m. start time. And even though in general, across the board, I haven't been super consistent with my morning start time, I can almost guarantee that on Fridays it will be later because the gig that I'm playing is in the evening for Thursday and will probably go fairly late. So I will make my adjustments in real time the best that I can. The quickest kind of message that I send out is always through Discord, but I do try to always pin a message on here as well. And if I don't, then the mods who are more responsible than I am do that. I'm sorry, I'll get better at that, mods, but you guys are just the best, so thank you. I am very excited for this gig though. I've just been describing it as a hire gig, but for those who have followed the channel for a while, you might know my background as having had a very unique gig under my belt of experience, which was playing for a pirate band. And while it was a very sincere pirate band in regards of the context, the getup, and everything, it was all original music, and it was great. It was the highest paid gig, top 3 that I've ever done. Big festivals in Florida and anything by the ocean, they would book us and we would play, and it was a wonderful experience. And sad warning, if you don't want sad, mute me for 5 seconds. The lead singer of the band lost his battle with cancer earlier this year, and I hadn't seen the rest of the band for a long time. Yes, I played with them at this rate, I think 8 years ago. And I met up with the bass player who I always felt a strong kinship with, even though, you know, we have a wide age gap and just experience and everything. We ended up staying for hours and hours and talking. And he was saying how it was one of his dreams to really try and perform his own music. And I was like, I'm trying to do the same with my recordings. Let's motivate each other. And he texted me 2 weeks ago and was like, hey, I booked a show. I'm doing it. Do you want to play for me? And I was like, yes. So I'm really excited to get to take the stage with Jeff again. Jeff's awesome. I love Jeff. He was always my hotel roommate when we would go on tour, and he's just a wonderful talent, and he always encouraged me to pursue my dreams. And seeing that so quickly, he took the motivation to pursue his own music and book that show. I'm really proud of him, and I'm excited to get to share the stage with him. So after this song, I'm going to have some dinner and then finish the charts for his show on Thursday, practice them tomorrow, stream Thursday morning, and then I'm going to play that show with Jeff. I will do my best to get some filmed clips for you guys. I'm trying to do better with getting those extra things. And thank you very much, everyone, for the sweetness. Tom Mason, the lead singer, was an absolute powerhouse. And it was inspiring to see someone like... One last tangent. You hear me talk on my Twitch journey about worrying about, you know, doing what's right to maintain the most amount of viewers possible, right? Whether that's playing songs that are shorter, not talking as much, things like that. What I really loved and learned from Tom was he had a specific dream that was, I want to be a pirate, and I want to write all original pirate music, and everyone is going to love it. And he freaking did it. Like, he was inaugurated, I didn't know this was real, into the Pirates Hall of Fame. He's like a big deal in the pirate world, and I got to be a pirate alongside with him. And I think it's a really important lesson to trust yourself, that if you put 100% of yourself into something, even though it might be niche, you'll find your other niche people, and it doesn't lessen the impact of what you do. You know what I mean? So I think that was probably the best lesson that I learned from Tom. And he was also a freaking killer guitar player and vocalist and stage performer. He'd had this like wireless mic pack, and he would grab a trombone while me and the band would vamp on something and just run in the crowd and disappear for like a minute plus. And on stage, we'd be vamping on something, being like, is he coming back? And then we'd see him just sprinting through the crowd with his trombone soloing, get back on stage, grab his guitar, and sing the rest of the song. So it's a very wonderful experience, and to be able to continue my story with another member of the band is very meaningful for me. So, yeah. After you talked about him last, I looked him up and realized I'd actually heard of him before. And he had permeated even past the pirate bubble. Yeah, like his main thing was a pirate band recently, but Tom was a rocking guitarist. He played for a ton of people. He wrote musicals. He was extraordinarily active in the music scene. And I had the honor of getting to be his buccaneer for a good 3 years. And we got to play all over America. On pirate ships and at festivals and on beaches, and yeah, it was an insane adventure that I'm very grateful for. Anyway, that's the story of my gig on Thursday, which I'm very excited to do. And we're going to do one more song tonight, which is going to be a loop rendition of A Town with an Ocean View from Kiki's Delivery Service. A bit shorter than I want to for tonight, but again, I got to set aside time for the other work. There we go. Oh wait, we need this one. Sounds like Beautiful Memories. I adore how you light up. That is super sweet. Such a guard. There's one video that I actually do want to show. I'm going to do the very lazy streamer thing and just show you on my phone. But Tom was so passionate about having everything be super rehearsed. And we were on tour, and it was a hard weekend. We were playing 4-hour sets for every day. It was like a 12-hour ride to get there. I was so tired. And he came into the hotel room and he's like, okay, guys, we got to practice. And I'm in bed, and I looked at him and I was like, no, Like, I don't want to do that. And he took my violin out of the violin case and gave it to me in bed. And I refused to get up, and I did this instead. I was like, Tom, I don't want to practice. I'm tired. We've been on the road for 12 hours. Leave me alone. And lovingly, he was like, no, just like, can we just do the fiddle tune, please? And he just gave me my violin. And I was just like glaring at him doing it. And in the back, you can hear our drummer like tapping on a cajon. Even though I was mad, you see, I couldn't help but smile because it was just such a sweet, funny thing. Anyway, I gotta wrap this up so I can do my other work. Thanks for enjoying my life on the road stories, you guys. It feels, as you can see from my expression, it's just fun to think about. Okay, let's see. I need chords for this. That's where that piece was I was looking for. Ugh! I was looking for that. Okay. I didn't quite get that. Holy crap. Why did the drum get so loud? Okay. Long live Tom forever and ever. I can do this. Oh, I'm forgetting everything. I want to get this good. 2, 3, and... All right, that was the hardest part. So everything else should be smooth sailing. For Matem V Music, welcome, and for Gunslinger, welcome. How are you doing today? welcome for Shan over on YouTube. You don't need to apologize for being talkative. I like that. Also, Kiki's your favorite one. I feel like Kiki might be mine too. At least in the Ghibli filmscape. Ready for the lead melody. Sakyan, you're right on time. I know you really like this one. This is gonna be my last one, y'all. We're gonna play the lead melody and just play our way through it. But I really appreciate you. If you're enjoying the stream, I hope you consider following, coming back sometime. I'll be live again on Thursday and Friday. I always love doing that one. It's been a while. I miss you so much. I miss you too, Jordan. I feel like I haven't seen you online for a bit. I gotta make a point to drop in. I was without a computer. No, and crazy things happen in my life. I hope you've been well. Your music always amazes me. Thank you, Jordan. Missy. Oh, that makes me want to give a sneak preview of my recording. I already gave it away. I won't do the recording, but we have Jordan here, and I need advice to see if I'm doing this right. I'm trying to do a particular video where I need to sing some French words, and I'm not very good at it, but I'm trying. I have to remember the key. Theme. Okay, I can do this. Oh, but then the chorus is different. It's a... Don't look at the chords on screen. You see transposed it. C minor. Is it an F? Yes, that's right. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna try my best. Be harsh because I want to sing this right. Of course, from Expedition 33. Lumiere. We gotta fix that tuning first, though. We can work with that, right? Expedition 33 is a video game of your hometown. Oh, now that I have extra pressure. Okay, I'm gonna do my best. Are you playing it for Jordan? No, it's clair obscur car des hauts pas tu te verras sans zen. Is that like totally embarrassing if I record it like that and release it? I need hope from my French friends. I'm trying so hard. Clair obscur double deux, tu te verras. FN. Clair obscur double deux, tu te verras. feel like you're just being nice. But spoilers, not spoilers, I'm working on a recording for that. And at the same time, I am also working with a fashion designer who's one of my friends here in Nashville. And together we are going to do a cosplay of Mael's expedition outfit. So I'm going to team both the recording and the outfit, the cosplay together. I want to make a really nice YouTube video for it. I found the location and I found someone to film it. And I'm probably also going to do a like Spotify Bandcamp release, which I haven't done in a very long time. So I'm really trying to make it special for you guys. I've been recording a little bit more on it every single day, and I'm really excited to get to showcase it with everybody. I'm just doing my best to make it the best that I can make it. So thank you very, very much for giving me the time to get to utilize by recording like this. Because of the support here on Twitch, I've been able to spend my days recording every day and practicing and taking lessons. I've been taking voice lessons to work on the pronunciation, and I am really, really determined to use this opportunity to make something special, and I can't wait to share it with you before anyone else, because you're the one that helped me get here. So thank you very, very much. I am going to wrap it up today. I want to keep going, but I have a freelance gig I'm doing on Thursday that I need to prepare for. I will still stream on Thursday, but it will be in the morning as opposed to 3 p.m., which is when it's usually at. So if you want to come back, I hope you consider following. I'm always adding new stuff to the song list. I have a new Pokemon song that I keep forgetting to do that I want to make a loop of, so that's on the horizon. But for right now, why don't we take a look and find a friend to raid? And for my YouTube friends, the YouTube chat's been more active than it has been, and I'm so appreciative towards you guys. My main kind of thing I've built is over on Twitch, where we usually get like around 200 people. But I cherish the 8 of you so much on YouTube. Thank you so much. I would love to get to know more of the live space on YouTube as well, and hopefully meet other, fun, cool creators on there that I can maybe build relationships with. And you're helping me by just watching this, stream. So thank you. I almost said watching this movie. This isn't a movie. Yes. Okay. I haven't had a chance to raid Cole in so long. Speaking of YouTube, I got the pleasure of meeting Cole Rowland at a Twitch streamers meetup, and he's also a musician, so we immediately exchanged info and got to hang out. And since then, he's had me... Oh my god, I spelled his name wrong. Girl. He's had me be a part of multiple of his music videos that you can find on YouTube. He's a big deal over there. He has like millions of subscribers on YouTube. He's so humble. I had no idea. Amazing, amazing guitarist. And also, definitely make sure to follow his channel, because his next video might feature certain violinists that you might be looking at right now that I think should be released very soon. And it might also involve a video game. So very exciting. Please go give him so much love. Again, I always admire a musician that make sure to include and work with other musicians. Oh. Okay, got you, Jove. Thank you. So please give him some love, and I will be back on Thursday. I adore you all, and be kind to yourself. I'm trying to do the same.